Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Caffeine Queen Crafts. I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back. So happy you watch me, considering that I am so new to this and not very good. And then drink a coffee. Okay, today I was tagged by Lena over at Library of Diamonds. She is phenomenal. She's going to be tagged down below. And she tagged me with these questions that were developed by Katie at Diamonds and Washi. She adapted them from the Mid-Year Freakout tab. Mid-Year Freakout tag. That's very common in the booktube world. So what we are going to do today is we are going to answer these questions that were developed by Katie. We're just going to flip through my logbook because I do not have possession of some of the diamond paintings we're going to talk about today, because I do tend to give my diamond paintings away when they're done. So I'll pop pictures up where I can. We're going to look at the original artwork in my notes to talk about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, sorry, I wrote all of the questions down in my handy dandy little notebook. I'm gonna just reference that when I have to. All right, so question number 1. What was your favorite diamond painting that you completed this year? And that is a very easy one. This is the 8 of Swords by Moonshaped Monday. It is from Diamond Art Studio UK. This was the first kit I ever had in my rainy day stash. I loved her so much, and I still love her. I'm going to actually, she's hanging up in my closet right now so that she doesn't get bent, and she's going to be framed, and she has a spot that I have had in mind for her in the house for years. So for those of you that don't know, I talked about this in my month in review after I finished her, but she is, the 8 of Swords is we're about to be, or no, we're not going to be interrupted by a cat. The 8 of Swords is a card that I get in my tarot reading a lot. So swords represent air and thought in tarot readings. She, in the 8 of Swords, it usually predicts a woman who is bound and who has her eyes covered. And there's always also 8 swords. However, the bindings are always very loose. Super loose, super, like, whatever. And you can see that in this artwork, and I'll pop up a picture of the completed diamond painting. You can see it in that as well. That the bindings that she has on her body, she could actually break if she wanted to. And so that tarot card is always about being like, yes, you have problems, but the solutions are right in front of you. You are just not seeing them. Or sometimes it's about creating the problems yourself in your head. Like, and that's a tarot card I get a lot. It's my you're overthinking it card, my, you're choosing not to resolve this solution. The solution's right in front of you. You're not taking it kind of option. Because I have a lot of anxiety, I do tend to get swords a lot in my tarot readings because they are very thought-based cards. Anxiety itself is very thought-based. So this art meant a lot to me. Being able to do it as a diamond painting meant a lot to me. I loved it. It had 37 colors, no specials. It was my 14th finish of the year. My 14th finish overall, my 7th finish of the year, my first start of 2025, but I didn't finish it until June. So if you want to see the month in review where I talk more about that kit and you actually see it live on camera, you can check out my month in review. I'll have that linked up in the corner. So yeah. That is my feelings about number 1. Number 2, my favorite new release, is also by Moonshaped Monday. So if you don't follow Diamond Art Studio UK, you should. I love them. I don't feel a lot of their artists, but they have Moonshaped Monday, and I love her artwork so much. So they have by her these 4 houses. Before this, it was 3. They had the Mermaid House, the Christmas House, and the Fairy House. And they released a 4th that I love, that I want to get, but I'm trying not to buy too much. And if I didn't already have my kit for drills and chills, it would already be in my hands. It is the Witch's House by Moonshaped Monday. I will link it down below, pop a picture up if I can. Yeah, as soon as I'm kind of doing a little brief buying freeze until I go back to work in August. I'm a teacher, and I have been ordering way too much stuff this summer because I'm bored. I'm doing a buying freeze. I'm not buying anything for the rest of the summer. So, if it was not for that, I would already have that in hand. But, c'est la vie. So, Moonshaped Monday, the Witch's House. And then, biggest disappointment this year. Hi, Miso. My biggest disappointment this year was not a specific diamond painting kit. So if you follow a lot of diamond painting creators, you might have heard about this retreat called Crafters Paradise. They opened registration for it at like 8 a.m. on a Monday. I had all the forms filled out by 8:02 a.m. and I still got waitlisted. And that was a really big disappointment. But I'm trying to keep hope because, you know, they say all the time, it's at the time of booking, it was over a year from now. Some people are going to drop out or change their minds maybe. You could still get off the wait list. I'm hoping that since I, you know, finished everything by 8:02, that I'm pretty high on the wait list. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so that was my biggest disappointment. But specifically my biggest disappointment with kits, I would say I have not finished this kit yet. Here, I'm gonna flip over to a blank page so that there's nothing distracting. Has been this. So this is from the Indigenous collection. I don't wanna say fully that I'm disappointed by it because I'm a little less than halfway through it. I'm doing this kit for the Be Happy event, which is put on by Diet Coke and Diamonds at Tiffany's. They're both great content creators. You should check them out. But so far, I've been disappointed by this kit because I love the original artwork. It's from a small shop, the Indigenous collection, which is a Canadian company. But I'm not loving the render. Like, if you look, the original artwork has a lot of details, and the render, I think because of the size point and that it's in circle diamonds, is sort of losing those details. I'm going to do a post review on this, and I'll talk more about it. There are things about this kit that I love, and there are things about it that I'm a little disappointed by. So that would be that, because I really love the idea and the mission behind this company, but we're going to talk more about that at a later date. There are things about it that I love. I don't want to be like only negative. I don't. I'm just trying to also be honest at the same time and authentic. It's a very hard line to walk because I really, really want to support this company. We're gonna do a post review on it where I'll give my honest thoughts and feedback when I'm done with it. But so far, I am a little disappointed by that. So those are my two disappointments. Okay. That was question 3. Now we are on to question 4. My biggest surprise of the year. Aside from the fact that I started a YouTube channel, I was not expecting me to do that. My biggest surprise of the year has probably been, let me find it. I did my first landscape this year. Ocean Whisper Path by Chuck Pinson from Diamond Art Club. It was ridiculously confetti heavy, which I love. It had 50 colors, 3 ABs, 3 fairy dust. It took me like 3 days to finish it. Sorry, someone's at the door. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. It was a delivery person who needed a signature. So, yes, so this one was a surprise because I had never done a landscape before. I was always drawn to landscapes, but I was a little intimidated by them because they are so confetti heavy. But I have learned a lot about my preferences as a diamond painter this year, and I was like, you know what, let's try a landscape. And I was surprised by how much I enjoyed a landscape. I will pop up a picture of what this looked like at the end, but I loved all the colors. I've really been feeling Max color kits this year. That has been a surprise. So, you know, I loved the colors, I loved the specials, I loved a lot about this kit. I did have some concerns, which if you want to hear more about them, you can check out my month in review. Again, I'll link that up above, but that was my biggest surprise of the year. So, favorite new to you shop. I should have grabbed this before I sat down. I was not thinking about this. My favorite new to me shop has been a tray that I got from Firefly. They 3D print trays. I have their Inferno tray in the color unicorn. Here, I have the little, so this is part of the tray where you, I'll just grab the tray, hold on. Okay, here's the tray. Sorry. So, it did not come with a shelf. I did put the washi tape down because I do love that hack. But so you've got this like little thing here. This is like for your trash drills. You put that in and it pops out. I prefer to have it out just so that my trash doesn't go flying when I shake it. Yeah, see, but I prefer to have it out. But then you just set it right next to it and you've got like a little nice trash minder. And then this hole here is for, I don't have a diamond painting pen handy, but you would put your diamond painting pen, I'll use these tweezers. You just put your diamond painting pen right there. The lines are very good, defined. It's got this, it has a stopper that you just pull on the edge there, which I like. There's no separate piece I have to keep track of or worry about the baby choking on. And then you just slide the cover thing on. And it's great. I love this kit. I love this tray a lot. I got it in the color unicorn. It's the regular Inferno from Firefly. So that has been, oh, so Firefly, I guess, is my favorite, sorry, new to me shop. I will link it down below. And then that was number 5. Number 6, who is your favorite artist? So in terms of kits that I've completed the most by an artist would actually be Van Gogh, because I tend to do a Van Gogh kit whenever I do summer with the masters. So I've completed the most kits by Van Gogh, but who is my favorite artist right now is most likely Moonshaped Monday. I want to do all of the houses. I don't know about her other tarot cards because I'm not as big a fan of the interpretation of her tarot cards. When you read tarot, you can get really picky about when artists do new interpretations of the tarot. I loved her interpretation of the 8 of Swords. I'm not as confident in my feelings about her other interpretations of the tarot cards, at least not the ones that are available as diamond paintings. But my favorite right now is Moonshaped Monday. I have the mermaid house. I want to get the witch's house. I want to get the Christmas house. I want to get the fairy house. Let's be real. I want them all. I want all of them. Yeah. So that's my favorite artist right now. And then my favorite genre or theme that's new to me this year, or just things that you're being pulled towards. I would say this year I am being pulled, I've kind of learned about my preferences as a diamond painter. Let me flip to the art. Here it is. This is Elegance in Fuchsia by Helcorio, also from Diamond Art Studio UK. I've got a lot of Diamond Art Studio UK stuff going right now. The fact that I was so drawn to this kit and the fact that I was so drawn to finish Ocean Whisper Path and just a general feeling of ick that I have about, not about a specific kit, but anytime I'm looking at heavy color blocking has led me to conclude that I prefer confetti. And I have actually been feeling really drawn towards max color count kits. Like that tiny Ocean Whisper Path was small and it had 50 colors in it. And then I'm currently working on Elegance in Fuchsia. Elegance Fuchsia. I always want to say Elegance in Fuchsia, but it's Elegance Fuchsia with 198 colors. And I am loving it. I love that kit. I love the art. I love working on that kit. It's doing happy things to my brain. I'm getting tingles just thinking about it. Like, I'm only like, I started at the top and I'm going over. I'm only starting to hit this blue part here in the artwork, but I'm feeling very drawn to Max Color kits. Even the other art that I've noticed and like have been like, ooh, I like that, like on Diamond Art Club or really anywhere else, all the art that I'm looking at, when I see how many colors it has, I'm liking art that has over 50 colors in it right now, just naturally, and that's where I'm feeling drawn and what I'm loving and liking a lot. So we're leaning into it. We're doing some Max Color kits that are high in confetti, and I like what I like. I am who I am. I like confetti. What can I say? So that's kind of something new that I've learned about myself, and I'm feeling very drawn towards Max Color kits right now. Yeah. So that is that. I love this art. I love it so much. Ooh, gives me chills. I think we're about to be interrupted by a cat again. A kit that made me happy. A kit that made me happy. Okay, this one, a kit that made me happy. I want to talk about a different kit than what I've already. I guess there's two kits that made me happy this year. They're both from Jaded Gem Shop. We flipped right to one of them. Boreas by John William Waterhouse. I'll pop up a picture of where I'm at right now. I'm at the halfway point, so I'm like right here. I just finished this like crease where her dress meets her elbow. Lift up the art so you can see it. Yeah, this one's making me happy because when I do it, like as I'm super close and I'm finishing it, I'm like, this looks weird. This looks super pixelated. This looks way darker than I thought it would. And then I stand up and I step back and it just looks like an oil painting. Jade did an amazing job on that render. Just phenomenal. And that render makes me super happy. It is a soft render, which I think works well for the art. And that kit just makes me happy. The other kit that made me happy was also from Jaded Gem Shop. It was the Crafter's Den Spring Mystery Kit. It was by Chrisabug. Sorry, that was the title of it. If you do not want spoilers, look away. I'm gonna pop up a picture of the completed kit right here. So, I love that kit. I loved that kit so much. A lot of people have had complaints about the background. I loved the background. Loved it. I think I loved that kit for the background and the fact that it had so many special drills. She had like 7 Lumo drills in it, which are glow in the dark, so it glows in the dark. That kit is not in my possession anymore. I have an aunt who helps me take care of my baby a lot, and she was like, hey Sarah, I can't help but notice that you're giving away a lot of diamond paintings. And I was like, oh yeah, I do give away a lot of diamond paintings. I don't think that they would be happy just sitting in storage at my house, so I try to give them away. She was like, well, why don't I have one? It's like, oh, of course you can have one. Like, you can look through my finishes, you can go through my stash, see if there's one there that you'd like, and then I'll do that one. And she was like, no, I want that one that you did as a mystery kit. Like, you know, I almost said a spoiler. I'm not going to say a spoiler. And I was like, oh, okay. And I couldn't say no because, I mean, she loves it. She likes that one. And I have no plans for that kit. So I had to give it to her. We go to her house enough that I'm still gonna get to see it, but that kit made me very happy. And I'm a little sad that it's gone now. I didn't cry over it, but you know. That actually leads me into my next point, which is a kit that made you cry. And the kit that made me cry is a kit that was not featured on my channel because I finished it before I started my channel. This is Sabbath in Jerusalem by Alex Levin. It has been discontinued. It was an old Diamond Art Club kit. You can tell by the sticker. It was before they switched over to their new system. I'll lift it up so you can see the original artwork. So I loved this kit. It was nice. It's not my usual style, but it was a gift for a friend. She did not know about it until I finished it. And I framed it. She hung it up right away. She loves it. You know, she's getting ready for her kids' bar and bat mitzvahs and everything, and it was just a nice little gift. And she adores it. She adores it. It's up in her dining room. She loves it so much. So, yeah. This kit made me cry, though, not because it was hard or because it was disappointed in any way. I actually loved it. I'm kind of bummed for other people that it's been discontinued, so you all can't do it. But it made me cry because this was, if you can see the start dates, I started it on April 13th of 2024, and I didn't finish it until April 4th of 2025. So yes, it took me a year, but not because this kit was super complicated, but because in January of 2024, I had my daughter. And this was the first kit I started when I was postpartum, and she was an itty bitty baby. And like I would do it on and off, little bits in teeny tiny sections, like super small sections while she was napping. And when I finished it, I cried because it was my first finish after having a baby. And that was just kind of emotional. I felt like, you know, it was the end of an era that I'd been working on that kit for so long. And that kit had been like through so many milestones with us. So this kit made me cry, not because of the kit itself, but because of, you know, what I associate it with. Yeah. Love that kit. Another kit that made me cry, or didn't make me cry so much, and I didn't even do this one this year, so I don't even know if I should show it as a mid-year freak out, but this story is so funny, I just can't help but tell it. Let me find it. So this is Elizabeth by Mandy Manzano. I will pop a picture of it up. It's a beautiful kit, and I did not do it this year. If you're looking at the dates, I did finish it on December 26th of 2023. I started it in July of 2023, and there is a reason it took so long. First of all, it's big. It's confetti heavy, which I don't mind. I'm sorry, I can't even look at this artwork right now without starting to feel a certain way. So, I hate to do this. I have to cover this artwork up if I'm gonna tell this story. So, July 15th, 2023. I did IVF. I had my transfer on July 1st of 2023. It was successful. I started this when I was newly pregnant. I did a lot of diamond painting because it was summer. I'm a teacher. And I couldn't really do much else. And while I did this kit, I had the worst morning sickness ever. So earlier this year, when I was going through my old diamond paintings, trying to decide who I would give them to, I rolled this kit out, and I immediately felt sick. I looked at it, I felt nauseous. Which was sad because, you know, I was thinking about maybe keeping it and putting it up somewhere, but as soon as I saw it, I felt like vomiting. Sorry, I know that we come here to be chill, but this artwork, and actually now kind of all of Mandy Manzano's artwork, like I saw someone working on it on YouTube and I had to change the channel. And that makes me sad because I love Mandy Manzano's artwork, but I apparently can't do it anymore because I look at it and I just feel morning sickness coming on. Not pregnant at all, but for some reason, her artwork is now forever associated with morning sickness for me. So that, I guess, I'm not gonna say it made me cry, but it made me feel a certain way. And I did find out about that phenomenon this year. So, yeah, bummer. Funny story, I guess, about your brain and associations. So, my advice, if anybody out there is trying to get pregnant or thinking about having a baby, maybe choose some art to work on when you're feeling the morning sickness that you don't like or don't care about so much. Just a tip. I guess if I ever have another one, I could work on some Mindy Manzano again during my first trimester. I'll already be feeling sick anyway, so what difference does it make? All right. I have to turn the page. I'm very sorry. I can't do it. So that was question 9. Question 10, most anticipated kit for the rest of the year. Most anticipated kit for the rest of the year. I'm really looking forward to doing Drills and Chills because I have the Spiral by Ivy Dollerman. I did an unboxing video on that one. I will link it up above. And I'll pop a picture up. I'm pumped for that kit. I'm really excited for it. So that's my Drills and Chills kit, and I cannot wait. I can't wait for that. Yeah, so this has been the Midyear Freakout tag created by Katie at Diamonds and Washi. I love it. It kind of just feels like storytelling to me, like diamond painting storytelling. So who am I gonna tag? I feel like almost everyone has been tagged at this point. I'll tag 2 people. I will tag Nova. I don't know if she's still making content, but she did a whip and chat that I really loved. And she has a very sweet personality, so I would love to see her answer these questions. Nova, if you're watching this and you're not feeling doing the YouTube anymore, you don't have to, girl. Just thought I'd give it a shot. And then I'm also gonna tag Natalie at Diet Coke and Diamonds. I know she's already been tagged, but she said she was gonna do it and then she didn't do it because brain hard sometimes. And I would love to see her answer these questions because I think she's just really funny and hysterical. So those are the 2 people I'm tagging. Tag you're it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your caffeine is hitting just right and that your crafting is going super well. Bye-bye.